Hello, everyone. Welcome to our episode of 1, 2, 3 Wrestling right here on SRB TV. I'm Kristen, as always, joined by Nick Slade.
The whole effing show.
Yes, the whole effing show indeed, as we are doing our predictions for WWE Extreme Rules 2022. Extreme!
Let the bodies hit the floor.
This is going to be so fun to talk about because this is Triple H's first B show.
Yeah.
6 matches, which is really nice. And apparently has been quite a while. All the matches on this Extreme Rules card are stipulation based.
Thank you, Triple H.
That's all we could ask for. So
a theme pay-per-view that actually follows the theme.
So let's get into the biggest elephant in the room. Like, he's been doing good on Raw and SmackDown. Like, yeah, it's not mind-blowing amazing, but goddamn, I don't want to stick a fork in my ass.
Suplex Braun Strowman.
Your argument is invalid.
And Mustafa Ali went the distance with Bobby Lashley. So yeah, he's pushing people.
And it's been roughly a month or so since you took over. Quality has risen. There's still some issues to work out. We're going to be honest. There's still some issues that still need some ironing out overall. But like, momentary. But honestly, right now, I've been enjoying my time watching Raw and SmackDown, like fully. Like, it's like, I know crowds have been really jumping on board immediately, but it's going to take time. I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt for now. We'll have to see as time goes along. And guess what? He got rid of the rainbow shit from NXT 2.0, which is now just called NXT. And now we've entered not the black and gold era, the gold and white era of NXT. It's weird. 2.0 only lasted a year. Go figure.
Yeah, because they got rid of the problem.
Yes. But yeah, everything's been going good. Got a 6-match card to talk about. Probably some issues here and there, and we have one big question I'm going to say for the end, and you know exactly what it's about if you've been doing some QR codes.
Real quick though, I want to thank our friend and co-host Mo Bros for making these sweet ass backgrounds.
Oh fuck, we forgot to mention that, and oh my god, we're such assholes. We forgot to mention that in our Impact Bound for Glory predictions. Mo is not with us is not going to be with us for these predictions or for our reactions for these 2 pay-per-views we're doing this weekend, because he will be at New York Comic-Con. So he will not be joining us for these. I'm going to make sure to add a little addendum to my Predator for Bound for Glory to inform everybody on a little thing like, hey, this is the reason Mo's not going to be with us. But we thank Mo for these backgrounds. They're really fun.
Yeah, Pocket Sand and that's my purse. I don't know you.
Yeah, so thanks again, Mo, for doing these backgrounds. We really appreciate it. We hope you are going to have the best of fun at New York Comic-Con. So now, with all of that being said, damn, I can't believe I fucking forgot about for Glory. So we're gonna start with the 6-man tag team, good old-fashioned Donnybrook match as the Brawling Brutes, which is Butch Dunn, because he's wearing the outfit, but he's still acting like Butch. So Butch Dunn.
Butch Dunn would also be better than just Butch.
And Rich Holland and holy crap, had the best match at Clash of the Castle, Sheamus.
He got a 5-star review from a guy who doesn't even like WWE.
Yeah, so
that means as much as that means anything.
Honestly, in my opinion, I don't think this is going to be the only 5-star match Triple H squeezes out of Meltzer between now and WrestleMania, but we'll have to see. But taking on the United Imperium, that is, of course, Walter.
That's not his name.
Louis Kaiser. And Giovanni Vinci, which honestly, that one, I'm like, I actually like that name more than Fabian Eichner. Just a little bit more.
I like Ludwig Kaiser more than Marcel Martel, but that's just me.
But honestly, dude, I'm going to stick, I don't care. I'm going to stick with Walter. I'm just going to call Walter.
His name is Gunther.
He's even said himself, that's completely fine, because guess what? That's my name.
They're also now capitalizing Gunther like they used to do Walter.
Man, those clickbait motherfuckers on YouTube. Oh my god, Gunther got a name change.
Name change.
They all capped his name. Whatever.
Damn you clickbaiters. We would totally never do something like that, right?
This stems from Clash of the Castle. As as of this recording, we're recording this on a Wednesday. Friday, Sheamus is going at it again against Walter for the Intercontinental title. I'll have to see where it goes on there. It's supposed to be the. Is this supposed to be a season? Yeah, it's supposed to be the season premiere, like quotation air quotes, because
they don't have off seasons.
Jesus Christ, season premiere is stupid because the season always starts at the beginning of the year for this show. But anyways, yeah, it's been going great. Like Brawling Brutes had a great like number one contenders match. They had a really good match against the Usos. I mean, Imperium interfered, obviously, and now we're here. Honestly, okay, I'm gonna predict Friday. So I think Walter retains. But I do see Brawling Brutes picking up the win on Saturday. I think you gotta keep the momentum going for the Brawling Brutes if you're gonna keep this feud going. And I think a win at Extreme Rules would really help them continue that feud with Imperium. Like the Donnybrook, it's extreme. Basically, it's a no DQ match. You know, it's just a special sprinkled name of it. But
it's special. It is a good old fashioned Donnybrook match. We give it its due.
You know, it's funny. This will be the second match. Well, wait a minute. Did Walter did Team NXT win that year at Survivor Series?
No. Well, Survivor Series DXT won overall, but they didn't win the men's elimination match.
So, like, if
SmackDown won that match.
Walter loses on Saturday, it will only ever be his second loss on main roster programming.
Yeah.
He still hasn't lost a singles match since debuting, but yeah, I'm gonna go with Brawling Brutes. I don't think Walter's gonna get pinned. I think one of the other two Imperium goons are gonna get eat the pin, but like that's my opinion.
I'm gonna tell you called them goons.
Go ahead.
Imperium, the mat is sacred.
So is that who you're going for?
No, I'm going with the Brawling Brutes because Sheamus is awesome.
Okay. Yeah. Like I said, Sheamus is like one of the bigger baby faces on SmackDown now, which is weird. I'm saying that by the end of this year, I will be saying that. Like, man, getting chopped in the chest for like a good 20 minutes really puts you over as a babyface. Okay, so our next match is Edge versus Finn Bálor in an I Quit match. Jesus Christ. So it's weird to say this, but the Judgment Day figure, I don't know how Triple H did it, but Judgment Day has become relatively interesting again.
Just stop letting Dominic Mysterio talk.
Dude, man, that booing on that, Jesus Christ, they didn't. It was Elias, Kevin Owens in Seattle levels. Like,
is he getting like real heat or is he getting X-Pac heat?
I don't know yet. Okay, because here's the thing. Okay, so of course, Edge, since for some reason getting broken up with the Judgment Day, has been trying to end them, as it were. And has succeeded in some places, failed in others. We know he helped the Mysterios win against them at SummerSlam. We know, weirdly enough, thanks to Dominic, they won against the Judgment Day at Clash of the Castle.
That I will still say that made no fucking sense.
And then Dominic still betrayed them, and then we got the goofiest image I think I've seen in the history of my life with the Judgment Day just going, guys lost still, but whatever. But
why would you help them win, then betray them and join the enemy?
Honestly, I have enjoyed their story. Like right now, their stuff with AJ Styles, like kind of trying to like get him back. Like on my offers always. It's like, what did he do? He was like, my offers always open. Like he did that, and that was that was so cool. It was like my offers always open. So I'm gonna go with Finn Balor in this one. But
you think Edge is gonna say I quit?
No, hear me out. But I think Balor is going to win. Like I think Balor's gonna win. I feel like if they are trying to put Judgment Day, trying to get them back to somewhere as a good status quo, I think having Finn Balor win over Edge is a good idea. One good theory I had, because don't forget, we haven't gone back to when Beth interfered to protect Edge from the Judgment Day attacking him. We haven't gone back to that. They haven't brought it up. So my guess is they get their revenge at Extreme Rules, and Rhea holds Beth like not hostage, but threatens to like pulmonize her neck or some shit.
Oh, they're gonna pull a Jey Uso Roman Reigns I quit thing where he just like I'm gonna hurt your brother if you don't say I quit, and then later on you're gonna be my loyal minions and forget all this never happened.
Like, except for that minions bullshit part. Nail it right in the head. I think that's what's going to happen. They're going to threaten to pulmonize Beth's neck, and Edge is going to say, "I quit."
I can see that happening.
I can see it happening. Edge
honestly,
has said
Balor should not lose this match. He needs to win more.
Yeah, on Monday's Raw, they even brought the promo. Edge brought up in his promo how he is coming to that point where he is going to have to officially retire. His family's worrying about him and stuff like that. So what better way to make him say I quit than one of his own family members being threatened by the Judgment Day? Yeah, but I'm going to go with Finn Balor on this. Does it make sense?
Okay, if there's shenanigans in Finn Balor, there's no shenanigans. I don't see Edge saying I quit without it. But honestly, since I think Balor needs to win more, I'm going with Finn Balor.
Okay. I didn't come up with that theory. I watched like a prediction earlier today, and somebody brought up that theory. I'm like, fuck, that's right. They haven't finished the best of a Beth protecting from Judgment Day that one time. They haven't brought that stuff up. Like I see him pulling it out of the bat. It's like, and the commentary, oh my god, that's right. That's a one time when they. Okay, so next up, we have I can't believe this is an actual fact. I thought this already happened, but like in a first ever ladders match for the women's championship, for the Raw Women's Championship, is Bianca Belair defending against Bayley. Yeah,
just the Raw Women's Championship or overall?
Raw Women's Championship. I'm sorry, I brought up the fact that this is the first. Apparently, this is the first ever women's championship match being defended in a ladder match in WWE. Oh yeah, in WWE, like everywhere else probably, but for WWE, this is the first for them apparently.
Yeah, that might be true. Let me fact check that.
But so let me go into the backstory. Basically, since SummerSlam, Damage Control have eventually won the women's tag titles after losing the tournament, began back like 2 weeks later, 3 weeks later, whatever. Bayley has made a big deal about her.
That's confirmed.
Okay, so Bayley's made a big deal about her, Bianca being in her shoes with the ponytail, with people like being happy for it. Like, then I realized they weren't really there for me. Give a pretty decent heel spiel.
That's their t-shirt.
Heel spiel. On Monday, so like she's been on for a while. Bianca's friends, because Asuka and Alexa Bliss are there. They sure are there.
They sure are there.
I mean, they're doing good wrestling, but they're just there as like somebody made a good point online. It's not Bianca, Asuka, and Alexa. It's Bianca and friends.
Bianca and friends.
Yeah. This one's difficult to decide because this is the match they've been needing to have since they couldn't have it at like last year's Money in the Bank. It was supposed to be a match between the two.
Oh yeah, Bayley got injured. Yeah.
Yeah. So the question is this just to wrap up that feud finally, or is this to extend this feud to War Games? Well, Survivor Series.
No, like War Games. Can't say it right.
That's the other thing we try to bring up is, of course, Triple H announced no more bragging rights edition of Survivor Series. It will now be War Games edition of Survivor Series with one men's and one women's. As of right now, Bianca has Asuka, Alexa, and now have debuted, returning Candice LeRae, which is awesome this year again. Love to see Mrs. Candice wrestling back on our screens. She should know a thing or two about being a games match. So with all that being said, I think the only reason you could extend this feud is if you let Bayley win the title.
Oh, I think Bayley's gonna win. I think Bayley, they're really positioning she's gonna be the top heel woman on Raw. And honestly, Belair by Saturday, she'll have held the belt for 187 days since WrestleMania.
That's been a solid run overall for her. It was better than this run with her title has been better than her last run with the title, in my opinion. It's been like, for one thing, it didn't end awkwardly.
Go with your prediction first.
No, Bayley. Yeah. Obviously, Damage Control and Bianca and friends of Bianca and friends are going to interfere. But ultimately, I think Bayley's going to get the win.
Yeah, Bayley.
I wouldn't be surprised though if Bianca does get the win, retains, and they still go on towards War Games.
Yeah, Bayley hasn't held the Raw Women's title since 2017. And she only held for 76 days. So yeah,
that was the Money in the Bank. Oh god, that was her Money in the Bank run. Ooh.
No, that was SmackDown.
That was the SmackDown one. Oh,
yeah,
okay.
that was her first.
Oh no, way.
First main roster title. That's when she beat Charlotte Flair on Raw because they were doing these loopholes where Charlotte can't lose on pay-per-views because she's undefeated on pay-per-view. So yeah, Bayley won on Raw and then retained at Mania, which they should have just waited for Bayley to win at Mania. We were having that whole debate.
Yep.
And then she just lost it to Alexa Bliss on Payback. So yeah, that first Raw Women's title reign wasn't spectacular, but maybe this one will be. But yeah, another reason why I think Bayley's going to win, and I think she's going to be the top heel woman on Raw, is I think Becky's going to come back at the Rumble, and I think we're going to do Becky Bayley at Mania. That's what I would do.
Well, yeah, I can see that. I know recently Charlotte has, on a recent interview, actually pretty recent, like a week ago as this recording, she did come out to say she is interested in the Raw Women's Championship.
Yeah, I don't care. She's already had too many title runs.
No, I'm not saying she's going to win it. Look, you forget, somebody else is running things now. And it's not Vince, it's Triple H. Like, I'm not saying she's going to, but there's a possibility she can get involved in a championship match. She can be part of a championship match. Because it's still, like, as much as we bitch and moan about Charlotte Flair, it's still Charlotte Flair. Like, she's still, regardless of the backstage shit, she's still a very competent wrestler.
Oh, yeah, she's a good wrestler. She's just way over pushed a lot of the time.
Yeah, that was her biggest problem. She was over pushed. I think you could easily do it to where, like, if Bianca retains here and then she retains over Charlotte, which would mean she has a win. She would have a win against Charlotte, Bianca, and Becky. 3 of the 4 horsewomen.
Nah, I think it's time to pull the trigger.
Oh, no, wait. Bianca? Was it Bianca?
Sasha, Bayley, Becky, and Charlotte.
Yeah, she would just need to beat Charlotte to, like, definitively being every member of the 4. Like, definitively doing that would convince me that Triple H is taking the women's division elsewhere than what Vince wanted. Or Vince was thinking of doing.
Bianca Charlotte doesn't have to be for a title.
No, it doesn't, but you know, it has to be for some.
And I could see Charlotte come back as a face.
Now I forgot to bring that up too. Let's not forget, some of this could change because, fortunately, we're not going to react to it. But fortunately, there's still Crown Jewel at the beginning of November, so some of our decisions could easily change from this point in. They could have somebody retain, or they could win at the Crown Jewel event instead. So we're just talking about pay-per-view now. So as a pay-per-view right now, I'm sticking with what I've done so far, including Bayley winning.
Yeah, I'm going. Yeah, Bayley.
Yeah. So next up, we have in a strap match, we have Drew McIntyre taking on Karrion Kross. The less said about what the fuck happened at Clash of the Castle, the better. But regardless of that, Drew McIntyre's newest feud against Karrion Kross.
They broke my dream.
I'm sure they did. And I got the reference. So yeah, Karrion Kross has re-debuted again. Like, what was it like? Literally like the
What do you mean re-debut? He was never on the main roster before this. We don't talk about that.
Jeff Hardy should be NXT champion. But anyways, Karrion Kross has been on this thing where he's been basically like harassing, stalking, not Dexter Lumis levels of stalking, but like to a point now, even a botched fireball spot on SmackDown, which we definitely won't talk about anymore. But yeah, he is got to a point now where it's a strap match. So my pick's going to be Karrion Kross because I can't see this build up just for Karrion Kross to come up short.
Yeah. Like, you don't build him up, have him lose on his first. As much as I love Drew McIntyre and don't want him to lose, it wouldn't make a lot of sense to have Kross lose so soon.
Yeah. So I'm gonna go with I'm gonna go Karrion Kross. It's you need to build him up as this dominant person, and goddamn, they probably won't even let him wrestle at Crown Jewel now that I think about it because of all his tattoos. Yeah, they probably have him wearing like a skin tight bodysuit like Kenny Omega did when he came back.
Does he have anything religious on the tattoos on him?
I don't stare at the man's chest long enough to really notice. So
the reason Aleister Black couldn't because he had a picture of Lilith on his back.
Be fair, it's really nice. It's one of my favorite wrestler tattoos.
I know, really. But that's a Jewish history demon in the Islamic country. It ain't gonna happen.
See, that's like you said. The factor comes into Crown Jewel. Do you have Drew win here and then Kross win at Crown Jewel? Do you have vice versa instead and them having a block match at Survivor Series?
It'd make more sense to do vice versa. To let Kross win the first one and Drew gets win back at Crown Jewel.
Okay. So I'm gonna go Karrion Kross in this situation.
Yeah, Kross for this one.
Next up, we have for the in a fight pit match, we have Matt Riddle taking on Seth Rollins.
Frickin' Rollins. You put some respect on that name.
Sure. So anyways, Matt Riddle, of course, this feud's been going on for a while now. This is basically is it technically the rubber match? This will technically feel like so next Monday on Raw, Lashley's gonna be taking on Rollins for the US title again. I mean, Lashley's defending against Rollins US title match. I see Riddle winning here and Rollins getting his on Monday, pretty much, by getting the US title from Lashley.
Yeah.
Sorry.
But we have to account for something.
Daniel Cormier is the special guest ref for this match, which is fine. The good choice. He's always been a big fan of pro wrestling. He's tried to get into pro wrestling multiple, especially WWE. Nice option for this. We already know the rules of a fight pit match. You can only win via knockout or submission.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it's gonna be a really good match.
Mm-hmm.
How it's gonna work?
I also think this is gonna be the main event and not the next match we're gonna talk about.
Yeah. But I'm gonna say Matt Riddle wins here, mainly off the basis that it feels like Riddle needs to get the win, and not just based on the fact, like I said, Rollins has that US title match later in the night.
Okay, based on solely what we see on the screen, I could see Riddle winning.
Mm-hmm.
But based on the whole White Rabbit stuff going on, like all the speculation around that, I was gonna say I think Bray Wyatt's might show up and interfere.
Well, like I said, we're gonna leave. That's the last thing I'm gonna leave. Like the very last thing.
Oh, that was a special thing you want to talk about
at the end.
That's also why I think this is gonna be the main event.
Yeah, hold on. More of your thoughts on that. But you think Riddle's winning here or Rollins?
I think Rollins is gonna win due to interference.
Okay, that You know what? That seems fair. It's a fight pit match, but people can climb stuff. So, and it's just funny because I think somebody who wrote this.
Do we forget that the Fiend can literally teleport?
We're gonna talk about that afterwards. We're talking about the matches. God damn it! So for in an Extreme Rules match, we have for the SmackDown Women's Championship, and this is their words, not mine. On the match card found online, Liv Morgan defending against Ronda Rousey. Big old Rondo Rousey. Rowdy Rondo Rousey.
They mess it up.
So you can suffice to say Liv Morgan's title run has been a very bumpy road.
It
didn't help great. That their booking decision at the end of SummerSlam in their match at SummerSlam didn't help. Fans booing her in the SmackDown after SummerSlam.
Ungrateful
the fact that this version of Ronda Rousey is the one we've been wanting for a while now, with my favorite moment easily being Adam Pearce going off on her ass for being such a bitch. Like, oh man, this is the Ronda Rousey we've been wanting for a while now. So like,
yeah, she just refused to be a babyface, didn't she?
I just love this. This is the one. This is the Rousey we were wanting for a while now, and Triple H sees that and is doing that. The problem is, Liv Morgan hasn't been doing great as a SmackDown champion.
She had a good match with Shayna Baszler at Clash of the Castle.
Yeah, she had a good match, but that was it. But like, so this one's difficult because I can see them putting it on Rousey because of Crown Jewel. But I can see Liv winning it and still deciding to go to Saudi. Yeah, this one's difficult for me.
If this was just a normal match, I'd say Rousey has the advantage because it's the Extreme Rules match and anything goes, weapons are allowed. I think it gives Morgan more of a even playing field with her. Personally, I want Liv Morgan to win because I think her title run's really just kicking off, and I don't think Rousey needs a title. Which I think Rousey herself says she doesn't feel like she needs a title at this point.
Okay.
So personally, I'm gonna go with Morgan. That's more of what I want more than what I think might happen.
Yeah. For the sake of this, I feel like Liv's gonna retain. I think that's the main, like you said, is the main reason they made this an Extreme Rules match, not just a normal match. I can see interference from Shayna. I can see interference from maybe a returning Sarah Logan. The problem with Liv Morgan is she doesn't have friends. Like, look, we shit
Liv Morgan has no friends.
I'm gonna be honest. Like, we shit on Bianca and the joke of Bianca and friends. Well, fuck, at least Bianca has some fucking friends.
Has some fucking friends.
Like, Liv has nobody, and she showed up at Rumble. And they fucking wasted that spot at the Rumble with Sarah Logan. I feel like a debuting Sarah Logan would be really cool here too to help the win. I don't know, but yeah, I'm going with Liv retaining. Like I said, it all depends on what Triple H's plans are for Crown Jewel. Yeah. Okay, so those are the matches, and now the question. Now we have two big questions things we're gonna talk about. So. Firstly, of course, is the biggest question is this the night, is Saturday night the night that whatever Bray Wyatt's new persona is debuts? Because we've gotten the QR codes. Because the QR codes have been like poking stuff at Joe Gacy, been poking stuff at at Judgment Day. They've been like very obviously calling back to Bray Wyatt's stuff about who ended the world. You did from that old interview he did with Michael Cole. I mean, and even the mask designer for Bray Wyatt leaked or possibly revealed too early the White Rabbit mask that he may be wearing. And it's even been part of the Clue thing as well. But all signs, including part of the last clues we got on Monday's Raw, have said something's happening at Extreme Rules. So
I hope so. I miss Bray Wyatt a lot.
Okay, I feel like it's a two-part question. First part, do you think Bray Wyatt is returning at Extreme Rules? Now, when I say returning, I'm not talking some bullshit vignette on the video screen. I'm talking in-person return as a fiend, as a rabbit fiend. I don't.
As a rabbit fiend.
I'm a fuck. Do
As
you
a rabbit
think
from Monty Python Holy Grail.
sales will probably shoot up because of that. But anyways, so in your opinion, do you think Bray Wyatt will be returning on Saturday at Extreme Rules, and when?
Yes, in the main event, which I think will be Riddle Rollins. I think he's going to target Riddle because who is Riddle's best buddy? Randy Orton, who screwed Wyatt over in his last run.
See, counterpoint. I'm going to say yes. Ladder match. Alexa is going to be Alexa's. Remember, I said obviously the and friends and Damage Control are going to interfere in that match.
Just when Wyatt would go after Bliss before Orton, which would I guess would make sense.
Bliss, because that's the one who caused him to vanish. I guess we're going from a storyline perspective.
We gotta salvage that somehow because that was one of the dumbest booking decisions in WWE history.
Alexa is helping Bianca get to a top. Then you see the light flash, the lights start flickering, go out, pop back up. I wouldn't say Bianca's gone, but like she's there staring at horror of Alexa as well, seeing the Bray Wyatt or White Rabbit, you know what I mean? Bray Wyatt show up. Then the lights. Here's the best part though. Lights go out. Lights come back on. They're both gone. Bianca's still there. Bailey's knocked out. That could be the thing. He shows up. He leaves. But the music though. The lights go out though. But this will be the only time the Jefferson Airship song White Rabbit plays on paper. Because remember, they've only been doing it between segments because music copyright issues. Yeah. But that's my prediction. Is she's going to show Bray Wyatt is going to show back up during the ladder match to grab Alexa Bliss.
And he could also show up twice.
He could show up twice.
He could kidnap Bliss during the middle of the show and then show up in person at the end to go after Riddle.
Okay. So you have fight pit match. I have ladder match. We'll see who gets it right.
Both. We'll see.
I guess the problem I have. I think it's a good idea, but the problem I have with yours is it's like I'm mad at Randy Orton. I'm just gonna take it on that guy until Randy Orton returns. If Randy Orton came back and then Bray Wyatt debuted, then yeah, I could say sure. But him going after Riddle, yeah, sure. But at least with mine, it's like Alexa's the cause of the Bray's issues.
Yeah.
Story-wise. So like I could see him even like saying her doll ablaze.
He's like, "Oh, you think your magic bullshit is better than my magic bullshit? We'll see about that."
And then of course, lastly, before we forget, what do you think is going to be the best match of the night?
Best match of the night.
Oh, crap baskets. I got rid of the wrong box.
I think it's gonna be Riddle Rollins.
Riddle Rollins. Okay.
Rollins delivers.
I know Rollins deliver. Remember, only guy to have a good backlash match that one year. against the Miz of all fucking people.
Seth Rollins, in my opinion, is one of the best guys in WWE overall. He's definitely one of their MVPs. I don't think Rollins gets enough credit.
Yeah. No, you're right about that. Oh, my last question, because I'm curious. This is a random question. I'm not going to add this in like a timestamp. Do you think we'll get any more of the Miz, Dexter Lumis stuff during Saturday?
I've seen stuff that the Lumis stuff may be tied into the Wyatt stuff.
I know I've been hearing that, but I'm not getting that vibe.
Wyatt might be starting his own stable, is a rumor.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't think we're gonna get anything. I think Monday's his birthday celebration. We're gonna get something definitive. Sorry, the season premiere episode of Raw. We're gonna
To be
get
fair,
something
I've
definitive.
really enjoyed having Dexter Loomis back, and now the fact he's trolling the shit out of Miz. Oh, thank you,
Yeah.
Triple H, for bringing back my favorites.
Okay. So, other than that, folks, if you're new to the channel, you hit the like button. If you want to talk to us more about stuff like this, comment down below. If you want to share us around, share it around. And if you like us just a little bit more than anybody else, when it comes to talking about good old-fashioned extreme wrestling,
And letting the bodies hit the floor.
hit that hit that subscribe button down below and hit that bell icon as well. Let us know what your predictions are for Extreme Rules 2022. What do you think is going to be your favorite match of the night? What do you think? Do you think any channels are changing hands? And what do you think of the whole Bray Wyatt White Rabbit situation? Hit the subscribe button down below. Put down what you thought of our reaction overall. But most importantly, we thank you for watching. Of course, Nick, where can they find you somewhere on the internet?
Well, while you're surfing the web, you can go over to my website, nicholasslade.com. Connects you to all my social media and past work. Also, check out my past articles and reviews over at FloridaGeekScene.com. And while you're there, also head over to Florida Geek Scene's YouTube channel. You can see 2 of my interviews with wrestling figures of the industry. Those 2 figures being, of course, Alexander Chamberlain and the greatest jobber of all time, Randy Hogan.
Yeah, and of course, be sure to check out our also if you haven't yet, check out our predictions for Bound for Glory 2022, and also keep your eye out for our reactions to not only Bound for Glory 2022 but Extreme Rules as well. But until next time, no, I'm Kristen.
On the whole effing show, Nick Slade.
And this has been a very ECU, would you look at that, filled episode of 1, 2, 3 Wrestling. See you guys later.
Hey guys, thanks for watching.
If you want to check out any of our previous reactions,
As well as one of our other SRB shows.
check out one of the playlists down below.
And if you want to check us out in the social universe,
You can find us on Twitter and Stardust,
at Super React Bros.
as well as on Facebook.
At Super Reaction Bros.